this is one leg of that ministry. Dear God, Adonai, Allah, Krishna, the one God of many names and many peoples and many colors and many genders, we thank you that we can gather together as folks who have a vision for a ministry to those who are most vulnerable in our society, who are treated like trash. We pray that our ability to interact and hear stories and bring dignity and learn together and learn mutually will be an enriching experience for us all. Thank you very much. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Doug. A few introductions. My name is Ken Ralph. I'm not a paid staff, I'm a volunteer too. I volunteered to coordinate this effort to bring the trailer downtown, to build a coalition of churches and volunteers so that we can make this thing work. That's my job. Let's see, right here is Kona. Kona's going to be, Kona, what is your last name, Kona?
Cummings.
Simonson? I'm sorry?
Cummings.
Kona Cummings.
Kona Cummings. Kona's going to be helping me over on the park side as people are waiting to take a shower here. And Kona has been helping up in Isla Vista as well. This is Linda McDade. Linda McDade she does receive a stipend because she is sort of the boss. She runs the whole operation here of the shower itself, makes it all work. You'll see here at the table, I stay out of Linda's way. She knows more than I do, by far. She knows how it runs. This is Kathy right here. Kathy is another volunteer, right?
I'm on the
EO
whatever.
committee.
The committee that started this.
Right. And so
And I
Kathy,
volunteer in Ivy almost every day unless I'm in Hawaii.
that's right. I see Kathy with this trailer. Almost whenever I see the trailer, I see Kathy here. This is Marty Jenkins. He does all of our bookkeeping,
Business management.
business management. So, and Marty is a volunteer as well. Who else? I guess that's us.
Jim?
Jim.
Oh,
Jim.
Jim. Oh, yeah, Jim. Me? No, look that way. Jim does a lot of work here in terms of getting this thing set up, taken down. You'll find him swabbing out things. He fills all the gaps. Good guy to know. And he'll show you a lot about how to do things, as well as Linda. They're the team that operate this trailer most of the time. I want to very quickly just go around and listen, hear your names, what church you're affiliated with, and then we'll get started on our training. Okay, so let's start on this side.
My name is Nikki, and this is my home church. I'm Jeanette, from First Presbyterian. Joya from Unitarian Society.
Gordon from Unitarian Society.
Richard, I'm from Jeanette.
I'm Linda from St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church.
Suzanne, also from St. Anne.
Okay.
And Craig Moore from Trinity Episcopal Church.
Carol Schwitzer from Unitarian Society. Belinda Stagley from Unitarian Society.
Karen Calzado, Unitarian Society.
Mark Hamilton from the Unitarian Society.
Gray, Unitarian Society.
Lorraine Gray, Unitarian Society.
Beverly King, First Methodist.
Great.
Sally Hamilton, Unitarian. Would you like me to sit over there?
Oh, you're fine.
Are you using this as part of the demonstration?
No.
Okay. I'll take
you're
the first shower.
You're good. Just so you all know, we have a lot of Unitarians here today because we did do a showing of the trailer on a Sunday a few weeks ago, and the response was fantastic. Whole bunch of volunteers to help us out. We haven't gone to your churches yet. We hope to do that, and I think that we'll probably see the same sort of result. Kind of sells itself. So, thank you all for coming. So, what Linda and I have planned for you is in 45 minutes, we're going to go over how this thing operates from beginning to end. I am the guinea pig. I'm going to take my first shower. I've never showered in the trailer, so this is a day for it. And you're going to see how this works in this location and what the volunteer duties will be in association with making this whole thing work from beginning to end. And then I have a couple of calendars over here with the duties for the month of April and May. I'm going to ask you to think about, just in the short term, when you would like to volunteer, whether and for how much time. So that's the other thing we're going to take care of. We've got liability forms. If you haven't turned one in, we need to get one of those from you. It'll also give us your contact information, which will be valuable as we shuffle around. We're, like Linda says, we're just learning this, so bear with us. We may be begging you to come help when we have a hole here in the beginning until we get a full complement of churches and volunteers from churches here. We just wanted to get started. And then there'll be time for questions, and that should do it. Okay. So I've come here for a shower, but I won't come here. I've come to the park. We are inviting our potential users of this shower to the park, and we've located here at this location on Thursday afternoons because at 6:30 we have dinners served in the park. So we already have a number of people who come here for the dinners, and for Doctors Without Walls. They're set up there on that same time, and there are a number of people to help and to provide services. So we thought we'll start here first at 3:30. We will have a table set up over at the corner near the crosswalk at Sola, and that's where individuals who want to take a shower will come and sign up. Kona's going to be over there. I'm going to be over there. Kathy's going to be helping over there. That's going to be our end of things in the park. So we are not inviting people in general to come here. One of the agreements is that with Our Lady of Sorrows is that we'd love to host this here, but we don't want to have, 30 or 40 people just hanging around the trailer. So part of our job is to make sure that we keep people in the park until they are taking a shower and are done with their shower and then are escorted off the property. Okay? So assume I have already checked in at the other side. All right? So Linda, then what happens?
Okay, he will be escorted over here.
Why don't you step on out so everyone can hear you?
There will be volunteer positions too, right, Ken, for the orientators or the escorts,
Right.
right? That will bring him over, across the street, at the stop sign. We've been told here from Cara, I believe, said that there's a lot of accidents right there, so we're going to be very careful. Vests and the stop sign, and we escort our clients over here. It'll be 2 at a time. Okay?
So that is a volunteer task for
Position.
2 people, basically, will be the escort. Right?
Yes. So
Two
there's a-
people are escorts, huh?
Yep.
People for each person? No, just two escorts.
Two
for
escorts
2
bringing
at a time.
one and 2 at a time.
Yeah, 2 at a time.
For two guests.
Two guests.
Two guests, 2 escorts.
So once that's done and he's brought over here, then they come to me, and what I have is a sign-in sheet for this location, and this will give us a good track of who's actually taking the showers. So we have a liability up here, the liability clause here, or release, that we read to them or they read themselves. Then they will initial it next to that, next to their name, so I'll be putting their name in here. And then what we do is we time them too. So I'll be putting the times that they go in and the times where we need to knock on the door and let things fly. We're going to try to get 30 people in the shower in 3 hours, and that's really tight, but we're going to try to do that. And that's why we do the timing.
Shall I sign in?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Oh, you want me to?
We're going to
oh,
do
that's
it.
right.
You can talk while I'm
Role
showering.
modeling, aren't we?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to
So
have
I'm
him
going to just pretend I'm signing in. I'm
put
ready to
his
go.
name, accepts the risk, and then what we do is we ask them, we have a donor, a wonderful donor that gives out socks, that donates socks for our house's friends. So we will give them a brand new pair of socks. And hopefully by next week we'll have our underwear and Q-tips and things like that too, and razors. Okay. So then what we do is we give him everything that we have to offer him right here. There's going to be, let's say there's already 2 people in the shower, okay? He's going to have a seat right here. And then there's gonna be like a social host too. There might be a social host after we get started for you. But the two people at the shower who are cleaning, they're gonna be able to talk to them and get to know them, because a lot of what we do is building trust and relationships when we do this.
So I'll be
Really
sitting in
important.
one of these chairs over here.
So he'll be sitting there. When this person's out, I'll let him know. He can get up after the person's clean. And then the shower person here will hand them their towel and their wash rag. And we'll tell them, they need to tell them the safety things on it. So one of them is, we have to watch their step going up and
So I
down.
go this way?
Yep. Watch their step going up and down, right? Because sometimes this is really high for people. When they get in the shower, we ask them to put their towels up on the clip while they're in the shower. Keep the shower curtain inside, because if they don't, you get dirty and all down, all over the place. It becomes a mess. So shower curtain inside. There's a handle up there if they feel weary when you're coming in and out, because there's a large step down. And so, are you going to really take a shower?
I am. Now, what do I do with my backpack?
Okay, they can either take it in with them, or I can hold it behind the desk.
Okay, but you hold my backpack.
Yes.
All right. So I just go in?
Yeah.
What about
Wait a
soap?
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
We have,
Normally we have a chair in here, but because we have so many people, we took it out.
okay, and we have, our shampoo is also body wash, and it's biodegradable. It's really good stuff. So it's all in there for us already. So we give him the wash rag, the towel. He goes in. We ask him to keep the curtain closed inside. Watch his step down from the shower, because it's really a long step there. Okay, we don't want people. A lot of people are really. Some people are kind of wobbly, so we have to be careful. Yeah.
You still got it close.
So, okay, we'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, I'll do a quickie.
Now I'll explain how we clean the showers. Okay, lock the door. We're gonna knock on in 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes, because we wanna give them, yeah, so they know they have 2 or 3 minutes to go. Okay. So he locked up.
So it's supposed to be a 10-minute shower total.
Yeah.
10-minute time in there.
In there. So we can.
So now we mark down the time.
Are they pretty good about
Yeah.
following that?
Really good. And you know, it's really interesting because a lot of them.
Can't even get him out of the shower.
I know. If we have only 5 people here in a day, we'll let them you know what I mean? But we have to, if there's gonna be crowds, we have to kind of keep.
Now, I thought they signed up across the.
They do.
Okay,
There's
so
2
what-
sign-ups. There's a check-in and a sign-up.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's check-in across
That's
the
a
street.
check-in.
Okay, thank you.
So,
And the sign up here.
I'm gonna step up next, I'm gonna show them some stuff that they can.
Outside, in front of the church, right? Not here.
They check in out there, and they keep a list of first come, first serve. And then the people that are out there will have chairs out there. And as soon as a host, we don't call them escorts, we call them hosts. The host from there will take 2 people and bring here, and then the host here will take these 2 people and take them back.
You need 4 people.
No, 2 hosts.
Go back to get the next host, 2 hosts.
No, 1 host for 2 people.
Ah, that's,
So 1 host will bring 2,
yeah.
the host here will bring 2 back.
So it's always in twosomes. What if one is quick?
Well, then what the host will do, let's say this person comes out quicker. They'll take that person and escort them off the property. Although I use the word escort, I don't usually use that. Host them off the property and come back for their second person.
Off the property and across the street?
Yes, we try, well, the only thing the church is concerned about is that they're not on the property.
But you have to go across the street to get the next person.
But then the host comes back and gets the second person, escorts them across off the property, and then goes over across the street and picks up 2 more people. Make sure your 2 people are out, even though they might come at a sequence, different sequence.
Okay. So anyway, so let's say now, we got this person in the shower, and marked down the time that he went in, so we can be aware. When 8 minutes comes, I will let the shower host, whoever's handling shower B, who's A or B, okay? Whoever's handling shower B, I'll let him know it's time to knock. Okay.
Do you have a timer?
When, Huh?
The timer?
Yeah, I use my watch or phone.
We have a watch.
Yeah, that might be one.
When the people come out of the shower host, and here's one of our shower cleaning hosts, Jim, he's been with us since the beginning. What he does is he goes in there and then he goes through the cleaning. You want to explain to him what you do?
Sure. Okay, so obviously the person comes out, the shower's been used. So we take a spray bottle of disinfectant, a couple
A
paper
little louder,
towels.
please. A little louder, please.
What?
Louder,
Can't hear.
if you
They
could
can't
speak
hear.
a little louder.
Oh, okay, sure.
Thank you.
Okay. A couple of paper towels, what we call a cleaning cloth, and a spray bottle. Okay, that's just for cleaning. Once the person's out, then we take it inside, clean, wipe the shower down. This is biodegradable. It's a disinfectant, and so it's not like it's scrub. It's just disinfectant, toilet, sink, and the shower stall, and anything that skin touches is clean and wiped out. And then when that is done, we technically bring everything back out here, set it up again for the next person, and then the next person is ready to be escorted in. It's a very simple
And we always wear
operation.
gloves. There's gloves supplied too.
Oh, yeah, there's gloves for rubber gloves. And then we also keep a disinfectant out here that you can clean your hands with, which I do every time. There's also disinfectants on the seat. This is the time sheet for when I cleaned the shower, the time, whoever it was that cleaned it, which would be me in this case, and then whatever comment I might have, you have just indicated it's clean. All right? Any questions about that?
When you say you clean, you go in and use the shower head and rinse it out and then squirt it?
Yes. Yes. It's thoroughly clean, believe me. There's nothing in there alive when I leave. Okay, and so this list of cleaning times must match up with a number of people that we have in here. In other words, a person goes in there, they take a shower, when they come out, I clean it. So that means that there's two people over there, the shower has to be cleaned. Each person, one for each person. Okay, any questions?
So Linda, you're the person responsible to be the timer?
Yeah.
Or do volunteers do that?
For now, you know what we're going to start with, to be honest with you, for the first couple of weeks, we're going to start this way. We'll all be doing this and timing it and handing things out till we get the flow.
Okay.
And then we're going to start bringing more people in and giving them like the position that I'll have.
All the
and,
other
you know, and
Yeah.
but you're more than welcome to talk with Ken. What time do we have on that show?
5 minutes and 6
So
minutes.
You're more than welcome to talk with Ken as we go along, and then we can start like bringing people over here who, you know, we'll all have to get used to it because it's a new community for us too. You know? And so I think we're going to work together and then figure out who goes where and where you'd like to be and so forth. Okay. But we'll start out with me doing this first because I need to keep track of the socks. I need to make sure that the names are in there and the liability design and stuff. So I just feel more comfortable this week with you to do that. Also, Jim, when the people are going in the shower, explains to him, and we'll have a list of things that I'm saying here, so you remember. But he explains about the step down, the coming down off of here when they're all finished, you can hear the lock unlock, and you'll hear that. So as soon as you hear that noise, Jim runs over, grabs the door because they have stuff in there, just like that. You're right on time.
You ready? All
Very
right.
bad holding standard. What is extremely important is that Jim, who holds the door, puts out a hand, because oftentimes, now like, see how he's carrying stuff? He doesn't have onto that handrail. Most of the people that go in are carrying stuff and do not use the handrail. We have never had an accident yet, but it's very important that when you hear that click and open this door, that you're ready to put out a hand that stabilize somebody so they don't fall.
They usually have their hands full of towels and all this stuff,
Yeah,
right?
very seldom they use a handrail, which is, you know, we want to be very careful. Safety is our first goal and importance. We don't want anybody to get hurt. By the way, Father Rafael is here from the church, congregation, and Cara,
Welcome.
his assistant.
Thank you for being here.
And they've been very, very supportive of this ministry. We want to thank you for that.
And Jeff's over there.
And Jeff, Jennifer is here as well. Yeah, from C3H and Common Ground. Go ahead, Lynn. How was it? Tell us how it
Well,
was.
actually, it's a nice shower, and I really like the soap shampoo stuff. It smells great. I mean, it's as nice as a shower at home,
Did
actually.
you feel like you were really hurting?
I was taking care of business. How long was I in there?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. So, yeah, they got to really move, I guess, when you're inside.
Did they leave much better? Did they leave the towel in there?
Yeah. No, actually, they're supposed to bring the towel in there.
No.
You bring their towels out, we ask them to bring their towels out, and this is the towel bin, they throw their, and then they have clothes, and that's if they have clothes. That's down the line. That's usually it. Anyway, so the clothes, the towel bin is just, well, we usually, down in Goleta, where we're at right now, been for a while, we provide clothes there. But we hadn't had enough time to get clothes donated yet, so we're gonna just get the shower started with fresh underwear, socks, and our own clothes for now, because it's such an urgent thing right now, so. So as we go, we're gonna be talking to churches and, different places, and maybe hopefully some first shops or whatever, and see if we can get clothes donated, used clothes.
And the socks and the underwear, assuming that they have them, that they leave behind?
They either, that's a good question.
We don't have the nets that we usually do.
You know what, I didn't even think about that.
They
We're gonna get rid of them?
won't leave behind. Either they'll discard them or take them.
Yeah. We're not doing any wash yet. We're gonna throw that.
Yeah, there's a sign in there, I saw it, it said something about it.
Yeah, that's how we do it down there. It's really a great system. We can get everybody together, and, once we get that going. It's really a plus for them.
Where do you wash your clothes?
Well, actually,
Take it out?
Doug's wife does all the clothes. She buys the clothes, she goes out and buys the clothes, folds the clothes neatly, marks them. She alters them if they need to be. And she washes all of them. Yeah, she's amazing. We usually have a mesh bag. I'm sorry, Glenn.
It was assuming you have clothes, somebody goes in and their shirt's really filthy, but it's a good shirt. They can exchange it and, in a sense, donate the shirt that would then go get washed and so on like that, and later on be given to somebody else.
Yes, that's how it works. What we do, when we do have all the clothes ready
Yeah.
for them, we give them a mesh bag. If they want their clothes laundered, we offer to launder one pair of socks, one pair of underwear, pants, and a t-shirt
For them specifically,
for them.
that they could come back and pick up.
Yes. And what we do is we give them a mesh bag with a tag that we put their name on, we safety pin it on, we put their clothes, we give that mesh bag to them before they go in the shower, and they put their dirty clothes in it, and they give it back to us when we clean.
And you give them a change of clothes to go away with.
That's when we have clothes we can give them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if they come back the next week, you can give them.
It'll be done, once a week it's done, so it's really a neat system.
Normally, what we do is they choose their clothes before they go into the shower.
Okay.
And they, if they have a mesh bag with them from last week, but anyway, then they put their old clothes in the mesh bag and then put the new clothes on after they've showered.
Right.
They come out.
Yeah.
That works great, so we're gonna work on that.
But we aren't starting.
No, we're not gonna start with that. So, now where are we? So we've gotten down to cleaning. It's really important to keep it really clean, disinfected, so we make sure that we squirt the bottom of the shower, we squirt the handles and things like that, like Doug was saying, the sink, the toilet, and then we get out of there really quickly.
And the seat of the chair.
The seat of the toilet. And so we wanna do a thorough job, but not too thorough.
You didn't mention
Before we usually sweep it, we have a mat in here. If it's wet or if it needs it, we spray it real quick and wipe it up. But they're really pretty good about it because we ask them to put their towels down before they come out of the shower and step onto the towel. And that way that kind of soaks up any water that's down there. So it's worked really great, drying. Yeah, so the way we have it set up is when we went through like a year of trial and error with our
We have a hair dryer that we put here. We have a mirror that we put here.
Whoa.
We have a electric shaver too.
I hope that a lot of the male guests, when they need their hair shaved, you know, their neck shaved and their hair kind of trimmed, I'll do that.
Beard.
And
Beard,
I let them do their
mustache.
own beard.
There is another person who comes only on Friday that cuts hair.
We don't
So-
have that here yet.
No,
So
but
there's a lot of things we can add on as we go. So if you guys have any ideas or more, then feel free to talk to us. So getting back to this, so I think that covers all of this. We have, and then what would happen is they'd come out and we'd put their things away here, and then the escort would take them back, and it's gonna go, we think it might go this way, that we're gonna wait for the 2 to get done, have the 2 escorted, bring 2 back, and the first time, we're gonna have 4 people over here to start. So we get 2 in and have 2 waiting.
yeah.
That's how I wanna start.
That makes sense.
And then the 2 come out, clean, those 2 go in, and while that's happening, the escorts are taking them back and bringing back 2 more to get ready to sit there and wait.
So if somebody
Otherwise,
comes out early, they just wait
Yeah,
and they go back to
I
you.
think that might
That
work
makes
better.
sense.
Yeah,
You
I
have
think
Yeah.
it gets
crossing
too
the street
confusing.
with them also, if
And-
that's dangerous.
And we'll have people that talk to them, and this is a great chance to get to know them up in there for a few minutes, you know, and it's not gonna be long. So I hope that that's the way it's gonna work at least on things. And you guys can get started with us, if you have any ideas, please let Ken know, you know, because we're learning too out here, so. I think that's it.
Okay,
What else
great.
you got?
One thing that's
That's the-
really,
And
on their, on the sign-up sheet that they, when they either over there or here, is there any indication of where did they come from? So you know, it's like, maybe somebody got themselves in from Goleta to here, or, you know, it's kind of like, be more of a, just for your own knowledge of
Yeah.
where are people coming from, even
We
though you
do
have several locations.
We do have contact information that they can put in on our form if they want to, so that we know and we can contact them.
I think they're almost like you said, Goleta.
It's interesting though, because as you start to get to know them, this is my experience in Goleta, you really start to build like a friendship, and you start talking about your families, you start talking about, so it becomes, you start to know them. And so as we go, we'll be building that trust. First they gotta trust us, and building that relationship. And you'd be amazed on how many people just open up, wanna read the Bible with you, wanna talk about their family, wanna do, you know, all sorts of things. So I think as we go, we start to get to know who's who, who's coming from where and stuff. So it's
Now, what happens if it rains?
Well, that's a good
Or
question.
when it rains?
If-
Yeah,
if
when,
ever.
if.
What does happen if it rains?
We don't give showers when it's raining.
Okay, so you let us know whether you think it's going to be
Yeah.
operating or not. I
We had to
see.
shut down one time this year because of rain.
Uh-huh.
Because nobody comes out to get a shower when it's raining.
Right, right. Yeah.
And could you tell me the proportion of women to men? How many women come, or?
Marty can tell you that.
Yeah, first of all, we've done a little over 2,000 showers so far.
Uh-huh.
And of that, about a quarter of them are women and 3/4 of men, which tracks with the survey work that's done by Jeff and his group, and we will be doing. The overall homeless rate in the county is also about that blend. But we're thinking about ways that we can make it more appealing for the women, because there's some additional challenges with that, and we're thinking about some things relative to that.
There are more women though, because I go once a month with my church group and we feed on Thursday. And when I'm there, I see more women there than I see each time in IV. Whether they'll take showers or not, I don't know. But I think we'll have more women here. That's just my opinion.
Thanks.
You know,
Has everybody, by the way, has everybody met Jeff Schaefer? Nope.
Was introduced when you were in the shower.
Okay, good. So they know that we're
My main
partnering.
connection is I'm over there every Thursday night at Alameda Park doing meal sharing and organizing all the partners that do that. So we're going to work together. It'll be a lot of the same people ultimately. But I'm really appreciative of you coming here because showers, both for their own health, but also employment opportunities. There's a lot of things that could come from this that if we collaborate well, that'd be wonderful. So I love that you want to help and what you guys are doing. So I appreciate it.
Great. We share the ultimate goal, of course, is to get housing. And it's just so many steps along the way. This is one little step, and Jeff has taken a number of other steps over there. So we are truly partners.
One more.
Yeah.
You mentioned a number of needs that you have currently, things that are either filled or unfilled. Is there some way we can get a summary of that before you leave? And those, clothes, towels, or anything that you're just running on empty with that we need to know about?
Sure.
Well, yeah.
I think I have a printed out list in my truck. I'll check for you.
And I can certainly forward that
Yes.
information to everybody.
That would be great.
Okay.
Like I say, we got plenty of
You wanna
towels.
do that? That's good.
Yeah, I'll do it. And that way I can check also on your contact information, make sure it works. Because I'll be the guy, if it rains, who will be contacting the volunteers saying, we're not doing it on that rare occasion. But I do know this. I'm looking ahead. We're going to start, we're going to be fine for the first few months and even probably through this first year. We plan to keep doing this. So that means we need sustaining funds, not just that first donation, but sustaining funds. And I'm going to encourage you all to go to your boards and to your ministers to talk about making this like part of the budget, part of the way that you annually support the homeless in this city, and support this ministry and what we're trying to do here. So that's a big need. If I were to think of one, the primary need, that one comes first. Let's keep this thing financed and running in the future. And then we have things like razors, toothbrushes, Q-tips. We just run through those, right? Those kind of things.
Dollar store items.
Yeah.
By the way, one thing we don't need is soap. We order our soap very special. It's actually probiotic because what we do is we drain the gray water. Here's our gray water hose, the one that's the black one. We drain that on the landscape. We drain that on the landscape. Here, sure. So we just can't use any soaps. We got to use very special. It costs us $40 a gallon just for the soap that he used in there.
Nice soap.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a shampoo soap. Very nice. It's made mostly out of organic flowers and the whole bit. Very nice.
Okay, so what I want to finish with here is there's a couple of tasks that we do have to do. And that is, as I say, we have a limited team. We don't have a full complement of volunteers from other churches yet. I have created 2 calendars here for the month of April and also for the month of May. Essentially what we're asking for is a team of 4 volunteers each Thursday. 2 escorts, 2 people here to help with the cleaning and helping people get out of the shower. Right? That is our basic volunteer team that will supplement the rest of us. Right?
Yeah, well, we might also, we can use a third person to do the cleaning and hosting here just to rotate. If we get enough people. Yeah.
Now, we're here for 3 hours. I've allowed the option that you don't have to commit for 3 hours. An hour and a half shift would be good too. And in that way, we'll involve more people because we do want to involve more people in this. And we think it's important to have this contact with our friends that are on the street. I just want to say, I've been volunteering at Casa Esperanza for about 4.5 years. And usually most of that time twice a week. And I've actually found that the people that I've gotten to know there are some of my favorite people. And I really, really like them. And I'm just inspired by the resilience and maintaining an attitude of generosity that I actually don't see as much in other parts of my life. And so I think you're in for a treat, really. I think this is gonna be something that you'll maybe get it hooked on it in the same way I did. So, today, it's really vital that we fill in these slots. We got 4 Thursdays coming up in the month of April. So I'd like you to, at the end here, to come over to the table and fill it in. Mostly it's this 3:30 to 5 o'clock slot. We have a slot here for setup and takedown. We don't have to worry about that too much right now. Ignore that. If anybody here is interested in laundering towels, that is something that is important and it's really needed. I have one person who's not here tonight who is willing to launder towels once a month. That is, maybe 30 towels and washcloths, and then bring them back by the following Thursday. So if you're interested in doing that, there's a slot right here for doing that, okay? So I'd like to get that taken care of if we can for these first 2 months. So
Well,
April and May, we want to try to fill up.
I know that from First Methodist on the 28th,
Yes?
we will have 4 people, but I don't know their names. Can I just put
You bet. You just put a line through it. and put
okay,
First
Methodist down? Okay, all right.
Now, the question is it 4 people each committing for 3 hours?
Well, that, if there's not, we'll make it up.
Okay, we'll make it on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, just a couple more items. This is just bear with me. There are a list of things to keep in mind. And I hope you haven't gone through any of this yet. While you're doing this work, first of all, we do ask that you sign in when you arrive at the site, that you park out on the street. Keep in mind, if you're committing for 3 hours, you can't park out here. You're going to have to park over on Santa Barbara and up a block to get unlimited parking. So you sign in. I'm going to be assigning tasks in conjunction with Linda. When you arrive, we ask that be willing to be flexible. We may have to move you around a little. We may end up having you escorting, or we may find that we're a little short up here. We need some extra help. And I hope that you'll be willing to be flexible with us. Okay, so I'll be assigning those tasks. I'll always be here along with Linda and the others. Yes?
I see, Doug and Ken, you're concerned with hearing the word escorting. It almost has like a militaristic kind of term.
We're working on that.
use
Very
that
called,
But
Suzanne.
one suggestion I would make would be accompaniers, and it'd be accompanied. That seems a little bit more personal. There are a lot of accompaniers that travel internationally, and their only presence is to be present. That's their purpose, to be present with people from other cultures. So that would just be a suggestion.
Not bad. I like that. Much better. We were thinking of host, but I like that.
You can't kind of post them across the street.
Yeah. New word. Dictionary word.
What do you call them? Are they guests or clients or washers and wardies?
I usually think of them as guests.
Yes.
But
Yes.
how do you guys?
Yes.
Guests. Okay, a couple
Well,
of
maybe we can ask the name of the person and just address the person by the first name. Right, what's your name? I'm Johnny. Okay, Johnny, come on, let's go.
Yes.
It's more perfect.
You're going to find that comes really easily. We do ask this. Be alert to your responsibilities. Be alert when you're up here. You got to listen for that click. You got to be on the job when you're here. It's easy to get sort of distracted. Sometimes you could be in a conversation with somebody and miss that. So we do want you to be kind of on your toes while you're here. No cell phones. We do ask that you don't spend time on your cell phone when you're here volunteering. Okay? Let's see. We speak to Linda. If you see something out of the ordinary, if you see some conflicts developing, talk to Linda. You don't have to deal with that. If you see something happening that you may not have noticed with the equipment, let Linda know right away. Or if there's some supply you've noticed, like when you're washing out things in here that we're low on, just to keep us posted. So we're asking you to really kind of be on your toes all the time. This is one of those volunteer jobs where we really are going to work. Okay, so that's the way I like it. No smoking, no drinking, giving money. It's probably inevitable that somebody that you're talking with is going to ask, or you're going to feel like perhaps giving money. Generally, you can refer them to Linda. We would say you don't have to do that. In fact, we would. I know in all my time at Casa Esperanza, the policy always was don't do it, because it's endless. And I know when I first started there, I was, $5 was so easy to give away, and it never ended. But I will say this, just this one caveat. These are human beings, and sometimes you're touched. Sometimes I think you can really truly be moved. And if you want to take time out away from this site, talking with a person further about their situation, and if you feel so moved, we're not going to say you can't, right? That's up to you, and that's your call. But when you're here working, we really don't want this to be a place where people come to get a hand. That's basically it. You got that?
Yeah, we all want to emphasize generosity. We want to be generous. So if somebody wants money and you're touched to do it, just say, well, I'll be off duty and such, and we'll meet over at the park and talk about it. Is that okay? That way, you're not put on the spot. You're not putting other volunteers on the spot. And other volunteers won't feel that, well, he's giving money and I'm not, he must be more, or she must be more generous than me. It kind of levels the playing field, but yet we don't want to stifle generosity. That's a great virtue.
Okay. Never raise your voice at a guest. It's a policy. Things can escalate. There's no need for that. If you see something amiss, if you feel comfortable, you can try to approach people privately and speak to them about it in order to not embarrass an individual. You can do it off to the side. That really helps a lot. But if you're uncomfortable at all with a situation that seems to be escalating, right here, Linda. Build up trust with our guests by listening to their stories, understanding their issues, and what they endure. And this is the goal for you, I think, is to listen to the stories and give yourself that opportunity. It's a possibility that a background check on you may be required if we find that there are kids around, and we ask that you would be willing to do that. It's one of these very peripheral, brief ones. It isn't an in-depth background check, but it is something that might come about, so we're asking that you be open to that possibility if it comes up. We're anticipating that it won't right now, but there is a school here. And then be willing to participate in a periodic volunteer safety and orientation sessions. And I'm not quite clear about that one. What is it?
This congregation said that we do not have to go through the fingerprint or the Safe Child program. As you know, this is a very sensitive issue in the Catholic tradition now. There is a school over here. So they said possibly we might have to do that, but after looking at the programs and procedures, the fact that we put our time back an hour where the school is out, they didn't think we needed to go through the process. So we don't need to be fingerprinted or go through the Safe Child program.
Okay, and that's basically it. We are open to your ideas. If you see something we can do better, let us know. We're going to be a team. Yeah.
A question. St. Andrews gives out care bags to people on the freeway entrances or shopping centers that include some food items, things like that. Do you have any card that has like a little map of the
have brochures for the ones we down in Isla Vista, and we'll have some of those available if people want to use them.
It would be nice if you had something that would be small, maybe of a cardstock that would fit into somebody's pocket so that it just don't toss the rest of the stuff.
Great idea.
And then you could have both of the locations, perhaps little maps, you know, even a bus line that might get them.
Very good.
That's something they can figure out.
Yeah. I want to let you know, we're keeping this a bit low profile. We're not putting up a big sign. We're not calling up the news press. None of that. We're just doing it. We're doing it on private property. We're not, you know, asking the city to give a blessing to this whole thing. We're just doing it. So we don't want a lot of litter in the park. I know that Jeff has expressed some concern about passing out leaflets, and I think generally we don't need to. Word of mouth is pretty powerful.
I'm just thinking for the outside outlying areas.
I like that idea very much.
You have children that want to need showers, that come in for their needs, that you have to be able to get into the shower?
We've never had children because people without homes in our area either have been housed or they're with transition house. And so we've never had one child in our experience. We would have no problem having children. We have even on occasion washed dogs for folks. And that was very much appreciated. But we kind of discourage that, but we will on occasion. Yeah, well, they'd have to be coming by an adult, by a parent.
I've been fingerprinted by the Catholic Church, and I'm going to renew my Bears' training in a few days, so I'm using my new training.
By the way, they're having that training April 3rd.
Yes, April 3rd.
So if any of you want to go, it's free. And you want to explain it a little?
It's called Bears' training. It's a program that the Catholic Church set up to deal with the you know, child danger issues in society in general, but especially for volunteers in the Catholic schools and in the church. You're going to work with kids in the Catholic Church, and you have to be registered and fingerprinted, and you're going to go to the Department of Justice signatures for your allowed to work with children as well. For everybody, parishioners, school parents. I've been fingerprinting and I'm doing my research later.
That's
My kids are old, it's been a while since I've done it, but it's a great program.
Okay.
Does anyone ever ask for a blessing?
I'm sorry, what
In the shower that's a blessing, do they ask for a blessing by a priest or by a
You did. That's why one of the things we do, we've asked all the ministers and associate ministers of all the congregations if they might have a presence sometime here, at least once every 2 months. We have 8 congregations involved, once every 2 months. I'm kind of the minister that's present in our situation, and it's very important because people continually talk about spiritual issues and issues that they're dealing with. And they learn to trust you and talk to you, and it's just a good thing to do. The other day, a guy went into a shower crying, weeping. I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "I want to talk about it." He went in, he took a shower, a little longer one, we didn't say anything. He came out a different person. And all of a sudden dawned on me that these showers not only wash away dirt, it washes away sadness. And he was willing to talk about it. He told me he fell off his bike, this and that, and this and that. He had a horrible week. But after a shower, he was willing to talk about it. I was telling that to a friend of mine, and she said, "You know, when I get depressed, that's what I do. I take a shower." So there's lots of ramifications of this for people in their lives.
Okay, we're a little bit after 5 o'clock, and I want to honor that time for you. please, if you haven't filled out the liability thing, we need that in order to have the contact information on you and also to have you volunteer. So be sure to do that. And then I'd like everybody, before you leave, take a look at the calendars here and sign up for a slot. You're welcome to be here for an hour and a half or 3 hours. It's up to you how you want to do it.
And if you want to see the mechanical, I'll take them around and show it how it works.
Okay.